He was the man who made the Roman Empire tremble. The leader of an unstoppable army of horsemen who burned cities, enslaved nations, and demanded gold by the ton. To his enemies, he was the Scourge of God. To his own people, he was almost a god himself. But one night, at the height of his power, Attila died in such a strange, chilling way that even after 1,500 years, no one truly knows the real story. The 5th century was a dark time for Europe. From the eastern steppes came the Huns, fierce warriors on horseback, masters of the bow, striking fear wherever they rode. And at their head was Attila. His armies raided deep into Roman lands, destroying everything in their path. The Romans had no answer. Instead of fighting him, they paid him tribute: gold, silver, slaves, anything to keep his fury away. For years, Attila grew richer, stronger, and more terrifying. His very name became a curse whispered in fear. But even the most terrifying men celebrate. In 453 AD, Attila took a new bride, a young woman named Ildiko. The wedding feast was unlike any other. There was endless wine, food piled high, music, dancing, and roaring laughter. Attila the Great Conqueror was in high spirits. He drank, he laughed, he boasted of new campaigns yet to come. But as the night ended and the torches flickered low, no one could imagine the horror that awaited by morning. At dawn, his guards approached the chamber. They expected to find their king awake, planning the next conquest. Instead, they froze. Inside the bridal chamber lay Attila, lifeless. His body was still, his face pale, and from his mouth and nose, blood had poured out, staining the bed sheets. The conqueror who had taken thousands of lives had died choking on his own. The world could not believe it. How could such a powerful man die in such a humiliating, mysterious way? Some claimed he had drunk too much wine, burst a blood vessel, and drowned in his own blood. Others whispered a darker tale, that his young bride, Ildiko, had murdered him as he slept. And then there was the most terrifying belief of all. That this was divine punishment. That the gods had struck down the man who called himself the Scourge of God. Attila's sudden death shattered the Hun Empire. Without his iron rule, his followers turned on each other. The once united force that had terrorized half the world began to crumble. The great empire of the Huns collapsed almost overnight. One day, Attila was the most feared man alive. The next, he was gone, leaving behind only blood, mystery, and the chilling legend of a man whose death was as shocking as his life.